Welcome to Fix It Home Improvement, covering projects that every homeowner should know and great products for home and garden.
Hi, I'm JC, and this is where we share weekly home improvement tips. I'm here with my co-host, Cindy.
Hello, JC.
Hi, Cindy. This week we're going to talk about video doorbells, and we'd like to thank G. Mugger for a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. And we are almost ready to send book 15 to the editor. Cindy is fact-checking and adding some links and pictures for this book.
Exciting.
One of the first electric bells was invented in 1831 by the scientist Joseph Henry, which was used to create some of the first doorbells, and his work with electromagnets was used to develop the telegraph in the 1840s. In the 1920s, musical door chimes became popular in homes that had electric, although in 1925, only about half of the homes in the U.S. had electric. Wild, huh?
Yeah.
In 2011, inventor Jamie Siminoff and a small group of engineers started developing the first video doorbell. In 2012, they launched it with the name Doorbot, which they later changed to Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Video doorbells let you see and talk to someone who rings the doorbell, and for most systems, it's going to send you an alert on your phone when motion is detected. When you get the alert, you can watch live video to see what's going on and talk through a speaker on the doorbell. If you're working from home, you can tell a solicitor that you aren't interested, or if you get a delivery, you can tell the delivery person to leave the package and you'll get to it when you're free. And some systems have pre-recorded responses, so you can press a response on your phone and the doorbell will give the person the message.
Cool.
If you aren't home, you can tell a delivery person where to put a package so it's not out in the open. And if the motion alert is sent to your phone and a stranger's looking at packages on your porch, or if they're looking into your car, for example, in your driveway, you can ask them what they want. Security.org said a study found 38% of people surveyed had a package stolen on their front porch, and 80% of people who order online are concerned about package theft.
Yeah.
The FBI says 34% of burglars enter through the front door, and most And most home break-ins occur between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. when homeowners tend to be out of their house. One scheme that some burglars use is putting a flyer or a sticker on your front porch to check if you have a security system, or they'll walk up and take a picture of your home, and then they'll walk away to study it. If you get an alert for motion, you can see what's going on in front of your house and let the person know that they've been seen and you have a security system.
And scare them.
Another benefit is a video doorbell can let you know when your kids get home from school or when they come home at night.
It's tough being a kid nowadays, isn't it?
Really, technology. Some systems work with smart locks, so you can let someone in if you aren't home, like if you're expecting a delivery or if you're on vacation.
Cool.
When you're shopping for a video doorbell, they're either going to be powered by a transformer with low voltage wires or a battery. If you have an existing doorbell with a chime that's powered by a transformer, you need to know if it's 8, 16, or 24 volts. Most of the video doorbells need 16 or 24 volts to power the doorbell or to recharge the battery. 16 volts is the most common in homes.
Like now?
Yes, although some newer homes will have 24-volt doorbell chimes. Old homes will have 8-volt chimes. So you can look at the transformer and it's going to be marked, or you can pull off the cover on the chime and it's going to be marked with the voltage.
My grandparents at their house, they had a old doorbell because their house was old, but it had like the big chimes on the wall.
Yeah, very cool.
And it, did this whole big song.
Right.
When you, just on the front doorbell, the back doorbell was like just ding dong.
Right.
But the other one, it was like, wow, that lasted forever.
If you have an older home and you have an 8-volt transformer and chime, you're going to have to replace them if you want a wired video doorbell, or you can get a transformer that plugs into an outlet and then you'd have to run the wires to your doorbell.
Is that a big project, replacing the transformer?
No. And in fact, we talk about it in our episode called Doorbells.
Wow, that was a nice lead-in by me, right?
Yes, thank you. Fantastic episode. If you don't have low-voltage wires or you don't want to do any wiring, you can purchase a wireless video doorbell and charge the battery when it gets low.
How do you charge it?
You're going to take it out of the video doorbell and use a USB cable to charge it. So it's pretty easy.
Yes.
And most batteries actually hold a charge for weeks or months before you need to recharge it. One advantage of a wireless doorbell is it keeps working even if the power goes out.
Although, if the power's out, you probably have bigger problems than your doorbell not working.
Right. If the video doorbell has an internal memory or an SD card, you can view any alerts or recordings when your Wi-Fi comes back on. And some video doorbells that work with security systems have a cellular backup that will call your phone so you can view live video even when the power is out.
Wow, space age.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, although those systems are going to be more expensive.
Right.
Another thing to compare is the actual size of the video doorbell. You should check the molding around your door and measure how much room you have. I have an older home with a wired doorbell button, and the wood trim that the button is mounted on is only 1.25 inches wide, and then I have brick on one side of that sticks up and a storm door on the other side. So there's not a lot of room if I wanted to mount a video doorbell there. If you're using a wireless doorbell, you're going to have more options where you can mount it. A few of the manuals I looked at want the doorbell mounted 4 feet off the ground. And if you're using the existing wiring and it's higher or lower than that, see if the doorbell comes with a mounting plate that's angled so you can adjust the view.
Okay.
When you're comparing doorbells, look at the specifications for the field of view or the viewing angle. I saw from 145 degrees to 180 degrees for the viewing angle. And in one article that I read, they recommended getting a doorbell with a 120 degree or higher viewing angle. Also compare the aspect ratio. 1:1 is square, and that lets you view the full height of a person and any packages that are on the ground. 4:3 is another full aspect ratio. 16:9 is very wide, but it's not as high. And depending on how the area is around your front door, you may need a doorbell that comes with a base plate that's angled, or it has that as an option. A couple models that I saw had a flat base or a 15-degree angled base so that you can get a better view. Compare the video quality. Most doorbells I looked at were 720p or 1080p, but I did see 960, 1440, 1536, 1600, 1900, and 2650. The higher the resolution, the better the detail, especially in low light conditions, or if you're zooming in on the video. Some cameras have that option. A few articles I read recommended get 1080p or higher for the best clarity.
Okay.
If the camera lets you zoom in, it's helpful to read a license plate or to get the detail of a person's face, a badge, or a logo. HDR is high dynamic range, and the camera is taking multiple shots at different exposures, and that's going to improve the clarity. It'll brighten up faces and areas in dim light and reduce glare in bright light. Night vision lets you see people and objects at night. The doorbell will have infrared or special LED lights to illuminate the area in front of the camera, and the higher the resolution, the better your clarity is going to be at night.
Cool.
All of the video doorbells that I looked at had motion detection. Some models allow you to adjust the distance that triggers an alert, and some let you create zones using the app to isolate areas that trigger the alert. And that's going to help prevent nuisance alerts or recordings, which is good if you're close to a sidewalk or a street, or if you have animals in your yard.
Right.
Some doorbells have sound detection and will send an alert if it hears breaking glass, a siren, or a car alarm, which is pretty wild. Although the models I saw that had that feature also had an additional monthly fee for that. You want two-way talking so you can speak to anyone at your door. A convenient additional feature is pre-recorded messages. So if you're at work, for example, and you get an alert and you have a delivery person at your front door, You can just press a button and tell them to leave the package.
Hmm.
You want a durable video doorbell if you're in a very hot or cold climate. So compare the temperature rating in the specifications. On a few models that I looked at, I saw -4 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, -4 to 113, and -4 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit on the doorbells that actually listed the temperature. Some listed the IP rating, which is an international rating of a product's ability to withstand water and dust. IP stands for Ingress Protection. The first number is the dust rating, and it goes from 1 to 6. The second number is for water. It goes from 1 to 8, although there is a 9K rating. In general, a dust and waterproof camera is going to be an IP65, IP66, or IP67. The higher the number, the better.
Cool.
If a company shows the IP number in the specifications, it's probably going to be good for a wet area where storms are common, because the doorbell has to be tested by an independent and certified company. Most video doorbells connect to your Wi-Fi so you can view the video and talk through the doorbell with an app on your phone. The doorbell will connect to 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Some will connect to 2.4 or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. 2.4 is going to cover a wider area, so if your router is further from your doorbell. 5 gigahertz is faster speed, but it doesn't cover as large an area. So if you have a large home or the router is far from your doorbell, you'd want to use 2.4 if you're choosing, or get a system that comes with a Wi-Fi range extender or has that as an option. And that's going to help with video quality and how fast you get a notification. Compare the types of notifications that the doorbell will send and look at reviews on the speed, how quickly you get a notification.
Right.
A couple articles I looked at said the problem with some doorbells giving a fast notification was a software problem, not the Wi-Fi speed. But Wi-Fi speed is an important part of it. You should check the minimum Wi-Fi requirements for each model you're comparing, and you can go online and do a speed test to check your internet speed.
Yeah.
If your speed is too slow, you can miss alerts, there could be pauses on the video and audio, or you can get a delayed connection.
All right.
Compare what streaming and recording comes with the doorbell and what the cost is for any additional video storage. Some doorbells include live video streaming, motion notification, built-in storage, or a micro SD card for storage. One Google Nest model I saw said it stores up to 1 hour of events, and that's included. Another model said it has a 3-hour event history. A Eufy doorbell said the built-in storage will hold 30 videos a day, 30 seconds long, for 30 days.
Wow.
Some of the additional storage plans I saw started at around $3 a month. If you're comparing the storage plans, compare the amount of storage, how long the video is stored for, and if it has features like video clips for notifications when the motion sensor or the button was activated. Some plans give continuous recording and intelligent alerts like recognizing familiar faces, listening for glass breaking, smoke alarms, and CO alarms.
That's interesting.
For wired doorbells, check if they can use the existing chime or if you need to add a wireless chime or use a smart speaker for the bell inside your home. For a wireless doorbell, check if it comes with a plug-in chime or if it needs a smart speaker as the chime. And if you have a smart speaker, check that the doorbell will work with your model. If you're thinking about adding additional security cameras or security sensors in your home, see what products are available with the doorbells you're looking at. Ring, Google, and Eufy, for example, have other security devices that work together on the app with their doorbell. And doorbells that work with IFTTT, IFTTT.
If this, then that.
Right, you can set up a routine, like turning on the porch light if motion is detected by your video doorbell.
Cool.
If you don't have an existing wired doorbell and you don't want to add a transformer and run low voltage wire, some doorbells have an adapter that you can plug into an outlet near the door and run the wires to the doorbell. either through the wall or under the door's weather strip and up to the doorbell.
Okay.
A couple companies have solar panels, so you can continuously charge a battery-operated model.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Some doorbells will have color options or faceplates with different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And always compare the warranties.
Right. Some
top-rated video doorbells come from Ring, R-I-N-G, Google, Eufy, it's E-U-F-Y, Arlo, A-R-L-O, Simply Safe, S-I-M-P-L-I-S-A-F-E, Remo Plus, it's R-E-M-O-P-L-U-S, EasyViz, E-Z-V-I-Z, Fight, it's F-E-I-T, A-L-C, and it's just the letters A-L-C, and Nui, N-O-O-I-E.
Do you have anything else to add?
Those are some of the key things to compare when you're shopping for a video doorbell now, but the technology does keep changing.
Right. Let's wrap this up.
You can subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a review.
You can check out our home improvement videos on our YouTube channel, Fix It Home Improvement.
And you can subscribe to that as well.
You can download our ebooks, Home Improvement Solutions, What Every Homeowner Should Know, books 1 through 14 on Amazon.
If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating and review.
You can email us at fixitpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow Cindy on Twitter at FixItCohost. And you can follow us on Instagram, Fix It Home Improvement.
Thank you for listening.
Talk to you next week.